If your MRI is normal, but your back still hurts, you don't have a mystery problem. You have an incomplete picture. Hey, I'm Antony, physiotherapist, nutritionist, and functional medicine practitioner. Here at NxHLife, we translate science into empowerment so you can rise as a pain warrior and take back control. If you have had a scan that come back normal or age-related changes, and you're still in pain, this video is for you. Because what often hurts most in that moment isn't just your back. It's the confusion. You did the scan, you wait for the report, you hope for clarity. And instead, you got something like, no significant findings, degenerative changes consistent with age, or non-specific low back pain from your doctor. Now, you're stuck between two narratives. Either nothing is wrong, or it's all in your head, and neither feels right. So today, I'm going to show you what non-specific really means, what MRI actually measures, and what it doesn't, and how to start looking at your pain through a clearer lens. And if this resonates with you, this channel is for people who want clarity, not quick fixes. Alright, let's start with something important. MRI is not useless, it's not wrong, and it's not lying. It answers a specific question. MRI is designed to show structure. It can show this bulge, this height changes, facet joint arthritis, nerve compressions, fractures, tumors, infections. Those are structural findings. If you have red flags, trauma, or neurological deficits, imaging can be critical. But here's the key. MRI shows anatomy. It does not measure pain. Pain is an experience generated by your nervous system in response to threats. Structure is only one possible source of that threat. So when your MRI comes back normal, it simply means there's no clear structural driver visible. It does not mean nothing is happening, or you are exaggerating, or it's imaginary. You should just ignore it. No, it means the structural lens didn't explain it. And if you've ever felt dismissed after a clear scan, stay with me, because this is where things start to make sense. Now, here's the part most people are never told. MRI shows structure. It does not show muscle guarding pattern, fascia tension, load tolerance variability, nervous system sensitivity, stress physiology, sleep disruption, inflammatory tone, fear avoidance behavior, movement confidence. It doesn't show how your body responds to life stress, nor show how your system adapts to repeated loading. It doesn't show how sensitive your alarm system has been. So when we say non-specific, it doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means nothing structural is clearly driving it. That's very different. And this is where the picture comes incomplete, absence. Clinically, over 80 to 90% of chronic low back pain is classified as non-specific. That term sounds vague. It sounds like we don't know. But here's a more accurate translation. Non-specific means there's no single identifiable structural lesion that fully explains the pain. That's not ignorance, that's limitation of the structural lens. And if we only use one lens, only see one layer. And here at NxHLife, we call these different ways of looking at pain the pain warrior lenses. And structure is only one of them, very likely. Here's what that means. Through the movement lens, we look at how your body loads, adapts, and compensates. Through the protection lens, we look at how your nervous system amplifies signals when it feels under threat. Through the biology lens, we look at sleep, inflammation, metabolism, recovery, energy, and more. None of those show up clearly on a static MRI. So if your scan is clear, but your pain isn't, it doesn't mean nothing is wrong. It means we haven't looked at all the layers yet. If this is starting to make sense, if you're realizing your pain might be more layered, than you were told, that's not you being complicated. That's you finally being looked at fully. One of the biggest shifts I want you to understand is this. Pain does not equal to damage. Pain equals to protection or danger. Your nervous system's job is not accuracy, it's safety. If your system perceives threats, mechanically, emotionally, inflammatory, or stress-related, it can amplify pain even when tissue damage is minimal or healed. Think of it this way. If a smoke alarm becomes overly sensitive, it can go off when you make toast. The alarm isn't broken, protective. Chronic pain often behaves the same way, somewhat similar. And an MRI cannot measure a lot of sensitivity, nor the other underlying layers. Let's connect this directly to you. If you've had months of pain, interrupted sleep, reduced movement, stress at work, fear of re-injury, avoid certain movement, your nervous system may have learned to protect. That doesn't show up as a disc bulge. It shows up as heightened sensitivity. And if we only chase structural finding, we miss that layer. Not because clinician is careless, but because care is often fragmented. And fragmentation creates confusion. The issue isn't that doctors are wrong. The issue is that pain is multi-layered, and our healthcare system often addresses one slice at a time. Physio for movement, GP for medication, scan for structure, psychology for coping. Each is helpful. Without integration, it feels incomplete or misunderstood. And when it feels incomplete, you feel stuck. So where does this leave you? First, if your MRI is and you're still in pain, you're not broken. Second, you don't need to panic. Third, you don't necessarily need another scan. You need a clear map. Start asking, through which lens might this pain be influenced? Is my low tolerance mismatch? Is my nervous system on high alert? Is stress amplifying my symptoms? Is sleep or inflammation affecting recovery? You don't have to solve it all today, but you do need to stop chasing a single structural answer if it hasn't explained your experience. In the next video, we're going to unpack one of the most misunderstood layers, how the nervous system can stay in protection mode long after tissue has healed. Because once you understand that layer, a lot of chronic pain starts to make sense. If this lens feels different, and if it feels more complete than what you've been told, that's intentional. This channel is for people who are done being reduced to one dimension. If you want to go deeper, I've created a free guide called The 7 Unspoken Truths About Chronic Pain, or you can join our assessment and you will find the link below. If it's helped you to see your pain differently, subscribe, because we are building this map layer by layer. You're not behind, you're not late. You've arrived at a clearer lens. Let's turn pain into peace one step at a time. See you next time.